Hey folks, welcome to the Generational Gap for a Gen Gap Quickie. I'm Robert, your resident Gen Xer. Right over there is John, our resident Millennial. John, hello, hello, hello.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, I hope you got
Peoples
some
out there.
announcements out about this, John, that we're dropping in. Hopefully, some people picked up on it. You never
Yeah.
know.
Yep.
Uh, how's your day been going, John? Pretty good.
Yeah, been pretty chill.
Yeah.
Just hanging out.
Um, got a little bit of disheartening news today. As is apparent
Yeah.
by the title, we found out that there was a helicopter crash outside of L.A. and Kobe Bryant, along with four other passengers, were on a helicopter, and they were headed to an away game, and something happened. Not quite sure yet. But the helicopter went down and everyone on board died. And one of those passengers was also Kobe Bryant's 13-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
Um, very, very surprising news to come out. Um, I was a little taken aback by that. I'm not. Are you a basketball fan?
Not at all. No.
Yeah, I'm not a. I used to watch a lot of basketball when I was a kid, not necessarily by choice, but I've never really been a huge fan of the game, but I've got a lot of respect for the players. I mean, a lot of players in the sport are they really put out hardcore, and Kobe Bryant was one
Oh
of
yeah.
those. He was a big heavy hitter in the NBA. A lot of people had a lot of respect for him, had a lot of respect for the game he played, even primarily amongst his peers as well, not just fans of the Lakers. Um, but this happened earlier today, and I have to tell you, John, um, I'm just fucking sickened because the memes have started already. The
Yeah.
memes, mocking and playing around with this, and it's absolutely fucking ridiculous to me that the audacity of people, the gall that people have to, I mean, this was a human, this was a person, this was, just, I understand, celebrity status, whatever aside. I mean,
Hmm.
this is a person. I mean, and this
Yeah.
goes back to that conversation we were having on Friday about that desensitization of our society and the younger generations, this and that. Um, you know, death. There's no value, no standard on it anymore. Apparently, because the memes that are coming out are just I I don't know. I'm almost speechless with the rage that I feel about it, and it's not just Kobe. I mean, we see it. It happens more and more now. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. There's just no filter on this anymore, and I don't know. I literally I condemn people for doing that. It's just fucked up, John, to me that people will be like this. Um, I
Hmm.
don't know. What do you think? How do you feel about it? Does it?
I mean, I certainly see where you're coming from on that, and I understand it. But I have a kind of a two-pronged defense for these memes and whatnot. Um, One of them being is one, you're not going to stop the internet.
Well,
You're not
that's
going to be able to,
yeah,
you're not
I
going to
get that.
stop people from, making fun of things or, making light of any situation ever.
Yeah,
So hang on,
yeah,
because I still have another one after that. So yeah, besides not being able to stop it though, and I'm not saying that everyone who has either
shit.
made or shared these memes, uh, has done it for this reason, but a lot of people do deal with grief through laughter, through making jokes and making light about it, whether it be like a friend of theirs who died or something like that. A lot of people deal with grief in that way, and so there's that. There's the grief angle, and then there's also honoring his legacy, whether even if it's a joke at his expense, or even if it's not exactly uh, nice to him, it still keeps him around in memory. It keeps him around in you know basically in the culture.
Um, yeah, I would have to say that while I hear you, I think that all of that's a total crock of shit. When it's all said and done, there are family members, there are people
Yeah,
grieving right now in the immediacy of a death, hours after his death, and to see these kind of things, you know, I mean, I'm not, you know, it's not just his daughter, his 13-year-old daughter died, and to mock
yeah.
that, I mean, I
Well,
don't care, I
yeah,
don't.
because I haven't seen any memes about his daughter dying.
No,
I
no,
haven't
no.
seen
I'm not.
anything cool about that at all.
No,
It's
but the point I'm making is you know we're talking about a man and his daughter that died, and I don't you know you can't sit here, you know. I'm not going to sit and try and research every meme that comes out to determine if it's somebody pandering to their grief because they think it's,
yeah,
you know, no, that's mocking.
and I acknowledge that as well.
It's absolutely mocking. And no,
I
I know you
acknowledge that.
can't.
I don't.
I know you
You know, I'm
can't.
not saying everyone's doing that. You know.
No, I mean it's. I know you can't stop the internet, but you know, I have no qualms with calling anybody doing it a piece of shit. I don't care who they are. You're a piece of shit for doing something like this because you need to have some respect for the death
Yeah,
of a
I mean,
human. You know,
I do think it should have waited at least a day,
at
but
least
it's just. I mean, it's not going to happen though. That's the thing.
there is no too
It's
soon
not going to
anymore,
happen.
and it's
No, there isn't.
it's. I find it
And I
egregious that that's where our society has come
and
to.
I've told you before. I don't believe in too soon. I don't believe in that.
Yeah,
I don't
well,
think it's ever too soon.
that's where people need to have fucking standards. You know, a standard to where they say, you know what, out of respect, some decency. That's all I'm asking for, is some fucking decency. You know, I don't care who it is. You know, because I can guarantee you that any of these assholes that are most of these assholes that are doing this kind of thing, that if you went ahead and decided, oh, hey, your grandma died today, well, here's a few memes about your grandma's passing. I'm sure they wouldn't be real happy about that.
I'm
You
sure they
know,
wouldn't look at it.
well, right, okay, so they wouldn't, whatever you want. But the bottom line is, you know, if it was hitting close to home, I don't think most of these people would take too kindly to it. But it's okay.
Probably not.
It's okay in their mind to do it, you know. And ultimately, John, it's this idea. It goes back to this idea that nobody places any value on human life anymore, much less human death. You know, the passing of someone, and I don't care who it is. You know, I would, you know, Soleimani was a bad guy. That's how he's been painted. That's what we saw him as. But I still, you know, memes popping out about him. You know, that
Yeah.
same day, I'm like, you know, even that affects me. It's like, look, this is a human life that was taken, you know, and nobody, unless you're just a purebred fucking psychopath, sociopath who just doesn't give a shit about anybody, even those that are close to you, you know, it. Fucking, these people need to check themselves, John. This is the kind of shit that makes me sad to be a part of this society. Because I don't find it funny. I don't find it some way to address your fuck your grief. You're grieving over a basketball player. Is that what you're telling me? You're grieving over
A lot
somebody
of
you
people
never
do.
knew.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of people do. I mean, if someone that you, especially if someone you looked up to, you know, if someone that you
Yeah.
had any kind of impact on your life dies, yeah, you're going to be grieving
Yeah.
even if you never
LeBron
met them.
James. You know what LeBron James did? Because he did look up to fucking Kobe Bryant. He dropped gold marker on his fucking sneakers before he went to fucking play to honor the goddamn man, to honor him, not mock him.
Sure. Yeah.
And this is the kind of thing. You can't, it's what you present. You know, nobody knows it's your grief that you're presenting whenever you make some mocking joke about him in a meme. I mean, no, it's not coming across as your fucking grief. It's not. It just comes off as just mean and shitty. And that's all it comes across to anybody with a rational mind. Because it's just, you know, it's just like text, you know, text messaging. If you don't fucking attach an emoji to it, you know, nobody knows what the fuck you're saying. So
Yeah,
if you
there's
want
no
to, if you want to
context.
put a meme out and, you know, put a tagline on it, this is my way of grieving. Something, you know, just to pander to that, if nothing else. So you don't look like an immense shitheel for crapping on somebody who just died. Just fucking died. And shit in the faces of those people who actually care about that person and are trying to just even process the immediacy of something like this. It's abhorrent to me, John. It's just
Right. I mean,
absolutely.
so but hang on, because it's not like there's. I mean, I don't know obviously, but it's not like they're sending those memes to the family members. You know what I mean? Like, if I mean, obviously there's a chance of them coming across it at some point.
I'm
You
sure
know, if
there.
they're on Twitter or whatever. You know, maybe. But yeah, I mean, I just don't think that they're going to see it for the most part.
Well, see, here's the thing. I know deep down in my heart of hearts, whether I'm right or wrong, I know that the bulk of these douchebags that do this kind of thing are inherently hoping that those memes are going to make it in front of the people that it'll hurt the most.
I think you're just describing that to people that you don't know.
I
You don't know that. I mean,
I,
is there a chance?
and
Of course, there's
that's
a
why I
chance of it.
preface. That's why I said, in my heart of hearts, whether it's right or wrong in my saying this, I don't know, but this is how I feel. I honestly
Right.
believe that these douchebags, it's like these, like all these 4chan fucks. They don't give a shit who sees it. How about the simple fact that no, maybe you don't want the family members, you're not targeting, hoping family members see it, but how about the realization that they might, that
Yeah.
there's a good chance they will, and these kind of things, memes go viral, people spread them, share them. I won't even
Yeah.
present on this fucking show to show some of the things that have been being said, some of the memes that have come out, because I don't want to give them those kind of props. That's the kind of shit that I can't stand. It's maybe it's cynical to think that they're that mean-hearted, but the proof is in the fucking pudding that they put that shit out there in the first place. And I get it, Seawall. I get that people are assholes, always have been and always will. I get it, but
Hmm.
that doesn't make it okay. It just doesn't fucking make it okay. And you can call me a boomer all you want, but I want to go back to a fucking time where people had some fucking decency and respect for your fellow man. And for anybody involved in it, it's just well, great. If I'm feeding them, that's great. Let them suck on the tit of my rage if that's what I'm feeding.
I like that. It's like on the tit of my rage.
I mean, I don't
I like
give a
that.
it's yeah, great. They want to piss somebody off. Well, they succeeded. They pissed somebody off, and I will always stand on that ground. I don't give a fuck. It deserves my rage because it's just, you know I don't put a lot of value in human life, but that's because of how I was raised. I was raised in an environment where all you wanted to do was kill everybody around you. That was the only thing. And that's great. But I care about people that are close to me, and I do put value on those lives no matter what I say. And I swear to God, I just, there's something wrong with these people. There's just it's damage. It's just this consistent societal damage that we're doing to ourselves, to where we look at these things. Seawall says I doubt the time ever existed, and I agree with that. The difference is there was a time where you didn't have to see it on blast across the internet for the whole world to take part in. Yeah, I get it. Times are changing and we've got social media and we've got all of this, but man, it fucking sickens me that these are things that happen with it. It just gives more fuel to my fire to say, this kind of shit needs to go away. I wish devices were gone. All this social media bullshit would just fucking drop off the face of the earth because it creates this. I mean, death is no laughing matter. I mean, shit. I mean, it's just not. It's not. I don't know. But again, I'm probably, I'm just boomer rage. It's just boomer rage. Whatever. Let's,
So now, no one has called you a boomer yet. Not yet, at least. They might now because you said that, but no one has yet. And I'm not. I'm not going to. Um, but no, I mean, the thing is, like, you say that death is no laughing matter. Of course, death is a serious thing, especially when it happens before the natural time. Um, but there is such a thing as gallows humor, and that's kind of what I was getting at with my original argument. Was it's things are funny because they're inappropriate and because they're dark. you know. And I'm not saying that these memes are even funny, even though there was one that did legitimately make me laugh. But it had to do with his reputation for not passing, passing the ball, and so I thought that was kind of funny. But it's in a a macabre kind of morbid sense, as
Sure.
opposed to I think that him
Hmm.
dying is funny because I don't. You know what I mean? It's the joke about the death that's funny, not the death itself.
So like in this tip off, this bullshit that's going on with Iran. So Iran shoots a missile. If they wind up killing another American citizen, we can go ahead and mock that death right as it happens. We're
I
okay
mean,
with that.
you can make jokes about it. I mean, I've made 9/11 jokes. I was terrified
Did
on
you
that
make
day.
Did you make 9/11 jokes
Absolutely.
the day it happened?
I was 11 years old, so no, I didn't.
Yeah.
But I've done that with mass shootings as they were happening. I
Look.
mean, it's not because I think the actual event is funny. It's not because it's not because I advocate for it or think that it's a good thing, and it's not that, I'm not like laughing at the deaths itself. It's just it's a grieving process, if anything. Like I was saying, it's a
Well,
way of kind of not falling into despair.
just color me that person that just can't stand that kind of shit. I think it's
And that's
fucking
fine.
it's horrible, and I you can give reasons for why it happens. That's fine. I don't qualify it as justification for doing it.
Sure.
But people that think it's okay and want to laugh about it, maybe you need to check yourself because it's not. It's just not okay from a just I don't know. Just I don't even. I can't even. I can't. I don't have the words. I just don't have the fucking words, John. It's just this one just flew all over me.
Yeah. No, I mean I understand.
But anyway, so I I feel bad for his passing. Again, I wasn't a fan, but I hate to see anything like this happen to somebody. Yes, he was in the
Yeah,
public
absolutely.
eye. Um, you know, I just it sickens and saddens me when I see this stuff, and I just, I had to say something. I just had to say something whenever I saw that memes were flying around about this, and I don't know. On the flip side, the other thing, I'm reading reports. They're still investigating what caused the crash, why it happened, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. I will say that I was bothered a little bit by the fact that the only people named in the crash were Kobe and his daughter. There was another ball player on that plane,
There was a
on that
coach, a
helicopter.
baseball coach. Yeah.
A baseball coach? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was a baseball coach.
Okay. Um,
I don't know if there was other basketball players on there or
Well,
not. I know
it said the report I read said it was Kobe, his daughter, another player, and that player's parent, and the pilot.
right.
So maybe it's sketchy as to who was on there for sure. But the sad thing is Kobe and his daughter are the only one who are getting name recognition off of it. The guy flying the
Yeah.
fucking helicopter, for God's sake, is just the pilot.
Yeah.
you know? So it's a little bit disheartening in that avenue
I mean,
because of how we.
I'm sure that has to do with some sort of privacy laws that it can't release the names until a certain time. I don't know.
Well, but you would think that would hold true for Kobe and his daughter too,
I mean, it's different if you're a public figure.
but his daughter wasn't. That's my
Yeah.
point. You know what I'm saying? It's a catch 22, I guess, double-edged sword, however you want to call it.
Yeah.
But damned if you, damned if you don't. Uh,
See, Ed's making. See, come on, that's funny.
Ed,
So he says, so when are we allowed to ask about what Kobe had on the Clintons?
no, no,
See, I don't know. I thought that was funny,
yeah, yeah. I,
and
I,
not because he died. It's just
but see, that's
a
just it.
joke.
I, I guess the way I'm wired is, while a year from now I might find that funny, I can't do it in the immediacy of anyone's death. I can't. It's not how I'm hardwired, John. I have this. I remember going to my Uncle Shorty's funeral when I was a kid, not understanding what in the fuck was going on, but it was the first time I ever saw a dead person, and it was, I don't know, it has an effect on you. You know, spending your entire life growing up knowing you could die at any moment, you have a real different take on death and what it really means. You know, going through years of wanting to take my own life, you have a different view of it. And that's what it is for me, I guess. Um, you know, but you know, it is, like I said, it is what it is. So I'm not gonna keep running off at the mouth about this. I've said what I think about it, and
Yeah.
shame on those people. Shame on them is all I can really say. But anyway, so thanks for stopping by and listening to me rant and rave. And if you like what you're hearing, hit the like button. If you don't like what you're hearing, please hit the like button, and also make sure and hit the subscribe button if you haven't.
Yes.
Outside of that, John, they can check us out on Gen Gap P is something like that. What is it?
Yeah, so Twitter is at the Gen Gap P. We also have our Discord server down below. So if you're not in there, make sure you get in there. We've got freedomscoop.com where you can see all of our videos as well as our YouTube channel, of course. You can also see other creators like Jay Edgar, who's in the chat there, and Stephen Ignoramus. I believe Wyatt from Roundtable Decision does some stuff over there too. So make sure you guys go check that out. And while you're over there, you can also buy one of our shirts, such as the one that I'm wearing now. We've also got the promo code GenGap, where you can get 15% off of a T-shirt of ours, and it helps support us. So that's nice. We
Um,
like that.
I will say this, Ed. One quick note. Ed said he was asking legitimately. I would say this: the funeral, at least the funeral. You got to at least wait till they're putting the body in the ground. They have a funeral where a lot of people are like, "This is the time for you to remember me, and to celebrate my life." That's when things like this, those people have a right to joke a little bit and in their eulogies, etc. So I don't know. Let the body get cold and go in the ground. I don't know. Something. I don't know. It's one of those things. All right, John. I'm going to get the hell out of here. Thanks for stopping
Yep.
by. We'll talk to you soon, folks. And we are out of here.
Yep. See you guys.
The war will begin.